Hello, I'm Denise Waterman for South West London Television. Today here in the pod in Putney. It's a beautiful day and I have a very nice guest with me. His name is Edward Stevenson and he's written a book called 0 Days Off. What is the book about?
So this book is about my own personal struggle with chronic pain, which started in 2007. But that's not, it's not a book about my own condition alone. It's quite a serious subject in the sense that I haven't had a day off from pain. So I would go to doctors, hospitals, therapists, dietitians, and they were all failing. So it was just an idea to say, well, I mean, surely the what I'm learning, if I take some notes, that would be useful for some people. So it was just some notes, and the notes kind of became a bit of a book. But then when it became a proper book, that really became my purpose in life. So if you can find purpose behind your pain, purpose behind your struggle, doesn't matter what you're going through, if you've got physical pain, if you've had a relationship breakdown, if you've lost someone close to you, if you can find some meaning behind it, then it changes everything. You know, I've been writing this for the best part of 10 years. So it's taken a long, long time. And I've put everything that I have into this. But the content, because I've lived the content, I believe that's what's very powerful.
So there are various sections. So to explain the way through the book.
Yeah. So the main subjects are, so I cover what pain is. And I discuss how I learned to change my relationship with pain and how pain became a teacher to me. So instead of running and hiding from pain, I now learn from pain. Mindfulness is also an important subject. So I define the mind. One statement I use is the mind is a muscle. And what I mean by that is if you don't develop the mind and you don't practice and you don't train, then it's never going to get better. And we really, you know, at school, we get taught physical education, so we get taught how to train our bodies and develop our bodies, but we don't get taught mind education. And then I talk about nutrition. So again, this concept of change your relationship, so how to change your relationship with food, have a more positive relationship with food. And then about how exercise, physical exercise, is really important to me because it's the most powerful natural painkiller that I ever discovered. The name of the book, 0 Days Off, I exercise every single day. So I talk about the principles behind how to get fit. There's 6 very simple principles in there, and I show my ideas about getting fit. But you can also change your relationship with exercise, because someone who doesn't love exercise can learn to love exercise. And once you have a good relationship with exercise, then you don't need to persuade yourself. It's the same with food. Once you have a good relationship with food, then all temptation's gone. And actually this whole concept of relationship change comes up again and again and again. So after the physical training section, I talk about my entrepreneurial journey and how I learned to change my relationship with risk. So instead of being so afraid and thinking, I'm afraid of losing money and I'm afraid of taking chances, I changed my relationship with risk and said, well, what's the worst that can happen? And once you've dealt with a physical illness and you've become really, really sick, then nothing else matters anyways. And in the book I define it as a health bankruptcy is far, far worse than financial bankruptcy.
Who do you think will be helped by reading this book?
So it is an autobiography, it is a personal journey, but these subjects are of key importance to absolutely everybody. Everybody has some sort of mental health challenge. Everybody has some sort of emotional challenge. Everybody will always deal with some kind of pain. So you might not have the same pain as I do, but you'll have a different type of pain. You can't avoid pain. No. You can't avoid losing someone close to you. So when my mum died, I now perceive her death very differently than the emotional trauma that I went through at the time. But I can't change that. We will always have pain in our lives, so it's best to learn to change your relationship with pain.
Thank you, Ed. Well, if you'd like to hear more about what we've been talking about, go along to Ed's Instagram account. The details are below. But meanwhile, isn't it great to hear so much positivity out of what could have been an awful, painful life? He's turned his life around. 4,000 days of physical and mental research was put into this book. So right from the heart, it's coming to you. Now available on Amazon. If you've got anything to do with mindfulness, if you're in pain, if you're living with somebody in pain, Or if you want to know how to invest in your health to make your life a better place to be, then take a look at this book. So 0 Days Off by Edward Stevenson. You'd be a fool not to buy it now. I'm Denise Waterman and you've been watching South West London Television. See you next time.